morning, everybody. Oh, it's nice and bright out. Again, today's coffee, not Costa, brought to you by, this one's Taylor's. Number, was it dark and glorious, mysterious, indulgent, I think. Anyway, number 5. Oh, that is so going to work. I don't drink my coffee black. Just loses the taste. You chuck the cow juice in there. Right. Thought I'd update the foundation and take it a little stage further. Not quite drag queen. Just some background from me from a very young age. I've known from the age of 6 that I was transgender. Didn't know what it meant, age 6, but I knew. Yeah. Basically, from my teenage years, I was dragged up by a bunch of drag queens. Hence, you know, I don't fit any one particular box, but you know. So, good old Crylon. Works a treat. So we're going to go as before, just blocking out tops of the eyebrows there, and then under the eyes. So as you can, on previous videos you can see, got the eyebrow there, so then you can draw the top section on. I promise I will do a video on plastique, eyebrow plastique, where if you've got thick eyebrows that you can't shape or remove eyebrows for whatever reason, there is a trick around that, and you use a stick of plastique. I've not got one handy at the moment. You melt it with a lighter, put it on foundation, blend it out. I'll show you. Anyway. Right, the thing is, what we're going to try to do here is just to try to refine the contouring around the nose area. As you can see, I've not gone, as I normally do, absolutely mad with the white. That's because we're going to brush. Again, only have brushes for one job. Don't mix your brushes up, please. Right. I would say my skin type is, it's a very typical Caucasian skin type. So also I'm going to, as time goes by, because I've done makeovers on pretty much most skin types, my makeup drawer is full of stuff that will cover most things. So as you can imagine, I was some young, fell trans girl, and I was looked after and taken in by a coven of drag queens. It was fabulous. Don't regret it in the slightest. The best time of my life. Knocking around London and Liverpool Street and Soho, and oh, great. Anyway, as you can see, minimizing effect, and obviously going for the cheeks, jawline, side of the neck, and then just above brow, temple. There we go. So you've got that. So that was that particular one was the Krylon 12W. The white obviously just TV white. And then foundation colour of choice. This one's a 5W. Just want it a bit deeper today. Just to fill in the blanks. But the emphasis here today is nose reduction. I mean, I'm been in a very fortunate position in my time. I have to say, you know, I've given up holidays and stuff like that so I can have facial feminization surgery. So I've had a rhinoplasty. But, I perfectly appreciate that not everybody can undergo that procedure, and you've just got to use makeup to work with what you got the best, you know, get the best out of what you can. So just using my brush here, just to work in some of the smaller areas. There we go. Have a slurp. Almost orgasmic. Right. Makeup sponge. Not substantive makeup sponge. That's a bit better. I've got a pack of makeup sponges that come in sort of 3 different sizes. I'm not quite sure if they're all actually particularly useful. Just like your brushes, I've got makeup sponges for different tones. So I'm going to attempt to use the smaller makeup sponge. Too small. Okay. This is what happens. Okay. What I'm trying to do here is, if you've got a brand new sponge, at least get some makeup foundation on it to soak into it, or else you'll just be taking a ton off your face that you want to actually keep on your face for coverage. Oh, that's better. So there we go. Remember, it's patting motions. You're not dragging. If you drag, you'll have drag used in a different context. But if you drag, you will have streak marks, and when you come to powder down, oh my god, it will so show. Noses. Not quite happy. Feel I've over blended the side of my nose, so I'm going to add a little bit more 12W down the side. Storm! Come on! Coming in! Good girl. You're going to sit yourself down? She's such a good doggy. It's everybody's preference. I don't tend to use moisturizers on my face prior to putting the foundation on. If you're going to use moisturizers, I would suggest having a night moisturizer, or keep your moisturizer very thin, for the simple reason that the Kryolan is oil based. You put a big layer of moisturizer on your face and then it will just skim over. You'll dilute it and mix, and you will not get the coverage. Done it so many times when I've gone, oh, this is a nice moisturizer or a tanning product or something like that, and then your foundation ends up looking, I don't know, thin and insipid. But have a play, you know, have a play with what you're doing. There we go. So as you can see, I've swept the cheek area up. In a later video, I'm really enjoying doing these videos, I really am, because I think there's just endless possibility here. I'm going to go full drag queen. So what I'll do with various different shades of foundation is really sharp lines, and I've done this many times before, where there'll be just literally, that will be white, that will be a dark tone, and blended up in about 6 different shades, the whole shebang. Does anybody say shebang anymore? Guess I do. There we go. So I'll keep this video brief. I'll come back to this in a minute. I'm just going to do this off camera because it's repeating. So you can see where it all started, and you can see where you should be finishing. I'll see you in a moment. Back as promised. Right. So once you've got your lower part of your face, you can do the whole of your face, but it's just my personal preference. Powder down. You're not going to hurt anything by putting too much powder on, because it will come off. Too little powder, that's where you'll go wrong, and it will go uneven. And potentially, you know, just not set properly. Just look a bit gooey. sure I've inhaled a few hundred tubs of setting powder in my life. There you go. Glorious. Right. And just to finish off the top. So, blending into the hairline. Which is even more important if you are a drag queen, because you'll probably be using a lace front wig. Trimmed to within an inch of its life and then glued down with what's the name of that stuff? Well, I've seen every glue under the sun used. I've seen drag queens use super glue on their eyebrows, on their eyelashes. God, that must have hurt. Oh, spirit gum, that's the word I'm looking for, or 2 words. It's too early in the morning for me to think. There we go. Oh no, grey hairs. How did that happen? Where did the young, vibrant teenager go? Right, pat it down and really make sure that it's smoothed out. Don't overwork it. If you overwork it, you just ended up taking the foundation off. But do bear in mind, you know, that the videos that I'm doing here and putting out, there's more than one way of doing stuff. You know, if you found a technique that really works for you and you get a great result from it, stick with it. You know, this is, you know, what I'm doing here is a good generalization, but it also happens to be what works incredibly well for me. And I'm hoping it does actually work well for you guys and inspire you. Alright, big old brush off that excess. No stabbing yourself in the eye with bristles. With your eyes watering in the middle of your makeup, you really don't want that. My left eye has a tendency to water a little bit. Don't know why, but it just does. So there we go. Right, last little bit. Not quite associated with a foundation as such, but it's just the next step. So I have, as you can see, some powder here that's mid-brown tone, which I use as a part of my blusher. So as you can see, I'm applying that there, but I'm not particularly going to go much further on discussing that on this particular video. So I've got a smaller brush here, and it's going back to the nose again, because again, you know, this is the main area of discussion, so we're just there we go. So my big normal blusher brush, just now smoothing it out, tip, and if you've overdone it, just take your makeup sponge, just gently pat there we go. Nice bit of contouring there. Hope that helps you guys.
I'm all finished now, all dressed up and ready. Going to go on a date tonight. Glorious hair and makeup. As you can see, I'm wearing a gorgeous black velvet dress.